Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Great to see such a wonderful turnout on this beautiful day. It's great to see the campers out participating in all that this area has to offer. I'd like to start off by introducing board members. If you're a board member, if you want to raise your hand, we got Jim Zimmerman, we got Mary right here, and we got Meg, and we got Margot. We got honorary board members, Denny and Janet Zart over here. And Trish, is Trish still? Yeah, Trish is right back there with the kids. That's terrific. Mary? Yep. Oh, Mary Johnson's back there. That's wonderful. Jill McDermott, is she here? Once again, the board members, they are the, excuse the terminology, the top dogs here at Camp Courageous. It's their vision and their dedication that has gotten us where we are today. So a big thank you to those that are out here. Today's dedication, we're going to start off by zeroing in on the two families that were the title sponsors. And so that was Gary Macek family and Paul Jr. Papke. Is there anyone here from those families? Gary's going to be here in a couple days. He wasn't able to make it out. Anybody here from either of those families? Okay, here, can say it.
I'm a niece by marriage to Uncle Junior Papke. My mother-in-law and his wife were sisters, but I know the whole family. I know the whole family very well.
It's good to have you here. Our whole family has been very, very involved in the camp, and we much appreciate it. So,
And my son lives down the road.
son Paul is just down the road. He was our postal carrier for years. Great family, real dedicated people. So thanks for being here. And Danny does a super job over there. So we'll start out with the Macek family. Gary Macek, his son Craig Macek, and Carrie Lamb Macek gave money in honor of their parents, who was Helen and Mike Macek. It was kind of interesting. So Helen was involved with the camp forever, close friends with Tate and Dottie Cummins. So when she was 100 years old, she passed away, and she gave her house and all the contents to her son Gary. And Gary gave everything to Camp Courageous. So once everything got settled, there was some money there. And so they ended up taking on two of our biggest projects, the zip line and this project. And so a big thank you to them for doing that. Paul Jr. Papke had some money in a trust. He passed away. And likewise, some of his family members kind of came to the camp and took a look at projects out here. And they took on the boat dock over there where the campers go in and out of the lake. They took on the American flag at the Memorial Park. And then they also took on this project. So just wonderful people. And once again, that would be Paul Jr. Papke from over in the Miles area. And Betty. And Betty was his wife. Great people. On the back here it says Paul Jr. Papke, Sebula, Iowa, Jackson County, 1924 to 2008. So there's a lot of signs that should be up in a lot of these areas, and you won't see them. And it's because of, we're going to blame it on the supply chain issues. And so everybody else does. And so this encourages you to come out again and see all the people that made it possible. So other organizations that supported this, the Mental Health and Disability Services of East Central Region. Anybody here from them? Major sponsors of this project. Bud and Georgia Johnson did the baseball field and also the two pickleball courts. The Dubuque Racing Association. Peg and John Slusher. And Peg and John are right. There's John. What did you do with Peg? Hi, Peg. Hi. Are you guys separated? Yeah. Peg's going home alone. These two folks have been incredible supporters of Camp Courageous. It's anything that we need. we let them know, and they're super involved. A big, huge need and project that they're involved in right now is we're on 400 acres of land. There's people maybe being injured and things like that any place or needing medical attention. And they're providing us an ATV that we're able to go to where the emergency is. It'll be packed with defibrillator and all the equipment needed to handle any situation. So not just this, but they're totally involved in Camp Courageous. So thank you both. James and Matilda McDonough Foundation from Dubuque. Any representatives there? Great folks. Jim used to sell us all kinds of pencils and pens years ago, and the foundation continues to support. And Lowell and Wanda Aronson in honor of Kevin Aronson. So once again, a wonderful family, very, very involved in camp. And so Margot and family, we are very, very grateful. So now I'd like to introduce Jeff Pillick. Recently, in the past week, I've coined the phrase, I spend a lot of time on the road, so I have time to think, which isn't always good. And so I kind of looked at the Paul McCartney-John Lennon relationship. So Jeff Pillick is our volunteer project specialist. So Jeff is right here. And so Jeff is going to tell you a little history, and then following Jeff will be Katie Ryan, who is our program director out here at camp, does a wonderful job. Jeff?
Thank you, Charlie, and thank everybody for coming out today on this beautiful day. I think Charlie has a lot of social networking, but I didn't know he had one with Mother Nature, so this is really kind of cool. The start of the project was started with, I believe the story I heard in the front end, which I was not involved in, was Charlie Becker and Bud Johnson were at a Miracle League grand opening out south at Cedar Rapids. At the grand opening, they went through the grand opening and went, Bud reached over and tapped Charlie on the shoulder and said, hey, how can we get one of these out of Camp Courageous? That simple question has led to what we have today. So I think it's pretty amazing for the foresight that people have. So of course, whatever happens after that is I get a phone call from Charlie going, hey, Jeffrey, and whenever he calls me Jeffrey, I know there's a catch behind it. What do you think about putting a multi-purpose field out here? I said, well, tell me what you're thinking about. Well, then it started with the sketches, the drawings, the meeting people, the contacts that we've developed, trying to find the right people to source the right things like the field surface, the fencing, et cetera, acrylic painter. And so once we got all those people in line, we kind of went, oh, wait a minute. Why don't we make something really unique and create an environment where we have a field that you can do multiple sports on and then multiple areas that you can do things on. Thought, wow, what a great idea. So from that, we developed an area where you could say, okay, here's your area for baseball, which is now kickball as well, or other events that you want to do out here. Pickleball, volleyball, tennis, badminton, could all be put in one place if we could find adjustable poles to set the net heights, which we did. The big and doing Foursquare and shuffleboard are just a matter of having the space to go in and put these in place. The biggest drawback that we had during this whole thing was, what do we do about another option? So we got the activities directors involved and said, are we on the right track? Are we talking about the right things that campers really appreciate doing and want to come to camp to do? They said they love to play soccer and hockey. Okay, well, how are we going to do this? So one night, my wife and I were sitting at home and we watched the news, and it said, Masco Sports Lighting has come up with a mini pitch soccer solution. Wow, interesting. We're talking about soccer. This might fit. So we listened to it. We went out and saw it, took some pictures, started working with Musco on this, and it was just like a whirlwind of ideas and things that were coming into play. We installed basketball hoops to make it more multi-purpose. They actually agreed to partner with us in this venture, which was absolutely fabulous. And so they had them come down and do the construction. They actually partnered with us. They actually brought their partners in with us, which you'll get introduced or at least told who they were today, to make this all happen. So, you know, that one little thought turns into a great opportunity that you see today, which is here. So this leads me to the point of saying, I'd like to introduce you to the Masco team, and I'll let them tell the lanyards or the signs are out there of who their partners are, and have them come out here because they've been a huge benefit to us to make this and develop the whole process. So Karen, would you bring your team out here, please?
Thank you, Jeff. Is everybody excited today? Let's give a round of applause to the Camp Courageous team. Let's do that. I'm Karen Ventura. Welcome, everybody. Jenna is also here, Jenna Sullivan, and Ranji is also here representing Moscow. And we are super excited to be here today celebrating this day and to be part of this such a special celebration, right? The first thing I want to say is thank all the partners that made this mini pitch possible. The U.S. Soccer Foundation, Kick It Forward, Target, Camp Courageous, we all made it possible. A lot of team effort takes to be able to bring these mini pitches. And we're just grateful for the opportunity for Camp Courageous to open their doors to us to be able to complete this project. The Mini Pitch Initiative mission is to create safer places to play and provide equal access and opportunities for kids. That's the mission. And today I want to give a special shout out and a special thank you to our partners Kick It Forward. Ben is here representing them and he'll give you a couple of words here soon. But we are very grateful to them as well. They have been an awesome partner here in Iowa. Together we've installed over 20 mini pitches across Iowa. So let's give them a round of applause for that. Thank you so much, everybody, and we're just grateful. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ben Brackett with Kick It Forward. I probably don't have a whole lot that is needed to be said that Karen didn't, but we're just really excited to be a part of a project like this. We're a soccer-based nonprofit in Des Moines, trying to grow the game and believe that the game encourages emotional health and well-being. I've participated as a player and a coach. I spent a lot of time coaching in Special Olympics over the past 10 years, and there's probably nothing more rewarding. So just to see this kind of facility is pretty incredible. And just thanks for letting us be here, and let's play some soccer.
Once again, thank you everyone for being here. It's time to cut a ribbon. So where's Kevin at? So Kevin, did you start coming to camp when you were 2 years old? That's what I thought. So this dates us here today. So Kevin started coming to camp when he was 2 years old. And Jimmy here, Gibney, started coming to camp when he was 11 years old. And throughout his teens and his 20s, he would come to camp, and he really loved camp a lot. He works at Hy-Vee on Wilson Avenue in Cedar Rapids, and he decides now, he's at the age, being in his 30s, that it's time to raise money to allow other kids to come to camp and experience what he experienced. And so he takes his birthday money, his tip money, anything that people give him money, and he puts it aside, and he provides a campership, and not just a campership. He wants to make sure that the campers get a t-shirt, maybe some candy, some pop. And so a big thank you to Jimmy. It's great to have him out here. And for his years of support of Camp Courageous, we're going to give him the honor of cutting the ribbon. Just between us is this beautiful one isn't too sharp. And so we actually have a real one. But there, anybody that wants to take a picture, you can try it. Whoa! Prove me wrong. Nice job. Nice job. Congratulations. Thank you. So there's the ribbon cutting, and now we're going to turn it on over to our exceptional program director, Katie, to introduce the future people.
All right, everybody, thank you very much. We're going to have our pitcher and catcher go out on the field over there, our pickleball players over on the court, and then our first kicker over on the soccer field. Kevin that video. All right, everybody. So as they are getting ready, we just want to give another special shout out to one other partner. All the equipment that we have here at camp right now would not be possible without the help from Shields of Coralville, Iowa. They saw our project going on, and they jumped in and helped us raise all the funds. All right, we're going to turn our attention over here to Kyle and Dan. On the pitcher's mound is Kyle, and then our catcher is Dan. And when he's ready, he's going to throw our first pitch. All right, nice job, guys. All right, and then over here on the pickleball court are the ladies from REM. Miss Erin, I believe, has the ball, and she is going to give us our first serve. And then last, but certainly not least, Mr. Kevin Aronson is going to give us our first kick on the soccer field. As he's getting set up,
Come on, Kev!
all right, thank you, everybody. We are going to start some ball games and get them going, so please stay around and stick for those. The Jones County Special Olympics team is going to play over on the baseball field against camp staff, against the program staff. They've been practicing pretty good. The campers over here are going to start our pickleball game, and then the two teams over here on the soccer field are welcome to jump on in, and we'll get started. Thanks.
Couple last comments. We have volunteers from the Manchester Garage Sale, our largest fundraiser here. So thanks, Chris, Marla, everybody that's here from the Garage Sale. And also with all the Camp Courageous staff, please raise your hands and be acknowledged. The backbone of Camp Courageous is the staff. You know, we got nice facilities, but if we didn't have an exceptional staff, we wouldn't have anything at all. So thank you to the staff. Thank you to everybody being on here today. Thank you.